welcome, and I just want to say thank you for coming back in tonight. We have done some changing of the information that we're doing, and the change is that we feel that the substance that we're doing need to be more time consuming with the kids and the things that we'll be talking about. So we are going to be doing some shifting of the dates and the mandate that God has set before us. We feel, as well as we've been praying about this, that the youth centered is more than 2 days. So therefore, we're going to be shifting that to next week, Monday, Tuesday, possible Wednesday, depending on time shifting. And then also, the main focus is what you see on the screen about breaking the chains of suicide, occult, lust, and how exposing how media and mediums affects the youth as well as the demographic of where they are living. So there's basically it's a whole detail of subject that we are be facing, and then also the next week as well, we will be focusing also on the state of a sinful man. So those two things we'll be focusing on. But tomorrow, for the day tomorrow, we'll be still going to be talking about the state of a sinful man, and also the focus is on basically in 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 9 through 11. So that's a basic what we're going to be talking about, and how that all that we do and say is centered around God and around Jesus Christ. So therefore, even we might have included something that Paul said in the book of Acts as well. And now, as we go ahead, this is basically the subject matter that we'll be talking about on for the youth, and as we go into those period of time for next week. On Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we'll be focusing on the Watchman of the Tower, how our leaders, elders, pastors, our spiritual guiders for the youth, and also as spiritual oversight leaders, spiritual leaders, we need to hold things more accountable when the youth come up to us for questions, or should be held more on a more accountable stage. And then we will be also talking about a deeper dive into the spiritual foundation of the family unit, and also with the understanding how it relates to the cults. And we will be talking about some things about the youth and their position, the youth and their the influence of things that they watch, the things they see. We have a list of things that we're going to be doing next week, basically around the youth, understanding their roles, understanding how they go through in society that sometimes we forget about as leaders, as elders, as pastors, and so forth, because we really don't see their struggles and what they're dealing with, because some of the youth keep it silent, keep it on the down low, and so they have a lot of struggles. So we have to basically take our time with this, and we can't rush it, because it's a very key element for the youth in understanding where they're going through, or what they're going through in that particular time, in that particular stages of their life. And then we're going to be talking about people who, young people that get incarcerated, whether they are guilty or they've been put in jail for a false reason. But But the thrust of it is that no matter if they did get incarcerated because of whether it be good or bad, or whether they were incarcerated because they was framed, they have the mind frame of that is they have to keep their focus on God. And but then we'll talk about what if those people don't believe in God, and that's another side of the truth, another side of the story that we will also be dealing with this also. And then we're going to close out um, all this with prayer as well as invitation for the youth to receive Christ. So our focus is a wide range of things going on next week, and this is a must for the ministry to deal with, because we have people, youth, young people that we are dealing with every day, and understanding that the Champion Football Association in Liberia, Africa, those are people that the young people that we um, um, not support, but we talk to every once in a while, and as a ministry, we feed into the leaders as well. So therefore, these are very key roles and very key principles that I want to focus on in this week, so that they will know and understand. Because we know in a lot of countries, a lot of places, even in the United States, they dabble into the occult, they dabble into witchcraft, they dabble into different things within the realm of spiritual forces. So we talked about it a little bit this morning, and we talked about it about Ephesians chapter 6, and we talked about the how we wrestle not against flesh and blood against principalities, against rulers. Let me go ahead and get the scripture for you, and see how this is all focused in on knowing that what we are doing next week is basic year for the youth, young people, and also not just that, but for all ages, that they can understand and know and see the power that there is within God, and also deliverance and salvation that comes in that light. So, therefore, Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 10. Finally, my brothers, be strong in the Lord and the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of God, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Therefore, take upon you the whole armor of God, that you may be able to withstand the evil day, and having done all, to stand. So our goal is next week. I give you this information so you can pass it along, but tomorrow we're just going to wing it. Whatever God brings to our attention, we're going to be doing that. So therefore, tomorrow is an open night, open mic night, that we will be presenting, and also in the morning we will have a special day as well. So those 2 days is almost a free day for us, but we still have to deliver the word. But we don't know what God is going to be bringing the word to us. It could be anything that we have done in the past. Could be a lot of other things that dealing with issues and about God's kingdom. So we are about raising souls for Jesus Christ. We're about raising souls for Jesus Christ, raising souls to God's kingdom. So just want to let you know what is the next step. Because with God in control, and with God power and might, and also on Tuesday, we will be on location and at 9 o'clock. So we're going to be on location at 9 o'clock. So therefore, we will not be in the studio. We'll be outside, and in the environment, in the world that we live in the world that's around us, so that we can get some opinions, get some questions, get some answers about how people see their youth, and understanding their situation through the youth and what the youth is going, in their opinion, about the youth. So we're going to be doing some informational work and stuff like that over the next few days so that we can really understand where God is taking us and where God is leading us in that realm of both the youth and having those things done and looking at the things that we have already discussed. And the videos, show some videos, some clips of next week that deals with each particular lesson. So I just want to thank you all for coming in tonight. Like I said, this is a short time that we had to let you know what's going on, what's taking place. And remember that be true to yourself, be true to others, and mostly be true to God. Because knowing this is that we at Givinhope on the 30-day journey, Kingdom Thon, but also as a reminder, it's a global mission that we reaching souls for the God's kingdom. And also just a reminder that we are just not sitting back doing nothing. We want to be active and doing what God has called us to do because God is in control and He's the one that can help us as we go and move the atmosphere as we wherever our feet is trod, wherever we go, God is with us, and wherever place we move into, God shifts the atmosphere. So continue to be with us and watch some wonderful things that's going to be taking place in the next this week, the week that's to come, and the following week, because we just want to put people's mind at ease and help them to see the light of God in their life. So therefore, I just want to challenge you to stay firm, stay solid, and continue to believe and continue to receive all that God has for you. And remember, it's not about it's not about us. It's about how through God He can lead and guide us into a way that can help people along the way. So understand this. It's about giving. It's about giving to one another and through God's love, through God's plan, through God's purpose. And like I said, we are going to be, I'm going to show you a list of paperwork. Right? See the paper? See all that? Sorry about that. There's a lot of paper here. And it's a lot of truth, a lot of Bible scriptures that we're going to be sharing with you so that you will see about the understanding about God's kingdom and understanding about the youth and what's really affecting them and how those things can even affect from one generation to another generation. So until next time, have a good day, have a good night, and we'll be back tomorrow. There's no Pacific title. This is an open night, open day. So I just want to let you know that tomorrow is an open day, and God is going to be moving in the atmosphere in a way that we may not even know and understand. But remember, tomorrow morning is the seminar and understanding whatever God has for us, God's going to do it. And tomorrow night will be the teaching and understanding God's truth and God's ways. So until next time, God's peace, God's plan, and God's purpose always be on your life. And always remember, have a pleasant day. Be true to yourself, be true to others, mostly be true to God. Have a good night.